Hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Two Red Gringos Amateur Announcing. I'm your host, Phil Bakke. Today, we're bringing you some Bundesliga action between Hertha Berlin and FSV Mainz 05. So, what we have is a clash between a team that had European hopes this year. They found themselves in the Europa League following a successful campaign in the Bundesliga last year. The team from the capital, one of the few teams from East Berlin or from former East Germany that has found themselves with some success at the top of German football. So you see there, they sit 11th currently, but a mere 4 points off of the European places. Schalke occupying 6th with 34 points, and they can jump 5 teams ahead of them with the win today. Meanwhile, Mainz are in trouble. They're 3 points off of the automatic relegation places. They currently sit 16th, which would find them in a relegation playoff. So they have to find some more points here to climb back out of danger and into a place where they will be safe. So we'll start looking at the lineups. First, for Hertha Berlin, coached by Paul Dardai, the famous footballer. So we'll look over their lineups first. Rune Jahrstein starts in goal. Peter Pekarik, Nicholas Stark, Jordan Torin Mariga, and Marvin Plattenhart start in defense for Hertha. In midfield, we see Per Schellbred and Fabian Lustenberger. In the center of the park, there's an attacking trio across the midfield of Valentino Lazaro, Vladimir Darida, and Solomon Kalou, the former Chelsea man, Ivorian left winger, turning out these days for Hertha Berlin. And then up top, the lone striker will be Vidad Ibisevic, the prolific Bosnian who's done so well for Hertha, but plied his trade for years in Stuttgart. On the other side of the ball, we've got Mainz. Mainz start with Robin Zentner in goal in place of the injured Rene Adler. Alexander Hack, Stefan Bell, and Leon Balogun are part of a defensive three. Across the midfield, we'll see 5 in midfield. So Giulio Donati will be in that right midfield spot. Jean-Philippe Gibamin, Suat Serdar, and Danny Latza will play in midfield. Garrett Holtman will hold down the left wing for Mainz. Emil Bergreen will start up top, and Robin Quaison, the former Palermo man, will slot in behind in that attacking midfield spot, seeing Mainz line up in what it essentially amounts to a 3-5-2. So Hertha and Mainz, so we are in the capital for this one. The Olympiastadion is the venue that will be used. Hertha creating the atmosphere that they can in the cavernous old stadium. Like I said at the beginning, Hertha, one of the few East German clubs that has been able to find continued success in the Bundesliga. RB Leipzig being the exception to that rule, but Hertha, founded slightly later than most of the East German clubs nowadays, has seen success, and it's one of the few East German clubs that doesn't have any ties to the old East German regime in the DDR. As we get ready for kickoff, Mainz, obviously coming from the Palatinate in West Germany. Mainz holding a special place in Liverpool fans' hearts, as it's the club of their manager, Jurgen Klopp. It was the first club that Klopp managed in what was a difficult period for the club, but it saw them return to the Bundesliga for several spells, and he saw much success at that level before moving on to Borussia Dortmund famously, and now on to Liverpool. Hertha finding themselves in European adventures for the club. They are some distance off of those same places now, but they can find themselves back amongst the European elite if they can snag a win here tonight. It will put them just off Schalke in 6th. And as we take a look, the Hertha players are coming out of the dressing room, and one of the oddities of the Olympiastadion is there is actually an escalator down from the team's dressing rooms. So one of the rare sights of European football where you'll see a escalator during proceedings. But that is how the teams will line up. Tactically, you can see there is certainly more emphasis on the attacking. Well, we'll say that Hertha will certainly attack, being at home. However, Mainz have shown up with a back three, which is perhaps a bit surprising. But Donati and Berggreen. Donati will have to track back and help out his defenders there on the right. Excuse me while I share this. The teams are in the tunnel now. So as we look forward to this matchup between Paul Dardai's Hertha Berlin and Sandro Schwarz's Mainz team, we look at two teams with varying fortunes. Mainz, like I said, sitting in that 16th spot is an unenviable spot to occupy, as ultimately the 16th spot is only good enough to earn you the chance to remain in the Bundesliga. It would be a two-leg playoff, and certainly a lottery that Mainz would not be willing to risk. The best case scenario would see Mainz climb a bit higher in the table, if you're asking them. Here come the teams and the referees out onto the pitch now as they climb the steps out on to the green of the Olympiastadion. This has for years been Berlin's premier team, and many in the German capital feel that football has seen its center of gravity exist elsewhere for too long. They look across Germany to Munich and Dortmund, and they see cities that have perhaps had a richer footballing history. But Berlin would like to reestablish itself as a center of German footballing proficiency, and Hertha have certainly made a case for themselves over the last few years, competing for Champions League places and getting themselves back into Europe. Tonight, they can take a big step in attempting to secure Europe. There you can see the east curve, the Ostkurve. In that is Hertha's main supporters group, as Stefan Bell and Vidar Ibisevic shake hands at midfield, and Martin Peterson and his staff prepare for this game. We're just moments away from kickoff. Hopefully you've got a beverage or some type of refreshment in hand, and you can join along with this Bundesliga action from Berlin. Should be a lot of fun. Should be a good game. Two competitive teams, and one team in blue that is searching European glory, and one team in red that is attempting to avoid the ignominy of relegation. The teams are lined up. The referee is ready. The players are conducting their final preparations, and Hertha will get this game started with a kick at the official's whistle, which has just gone, and we are underway in the German capital. Hertha Berlin versus FSV Mainz. Bundesliga action is often hard to predict. Results don't often go the way that you'd expect, and now Hertha with a chance to climb back amongst the European places, and Mainz with a chance to distance themselves from automatic relegation and perhaps start a climb that gets them out of trouble. Neither team controlling the game much as of yet, as Ibisevic brings it down for Hertha and is brought down himself, earning themselves a free kick. The Bosnian captain of Hertha Berlin, such a good striker at the international level, and did such a good job at Stuttgart, but since has joined Hertha and has actually gained their captaincy. His years in the Bundesliga have served him well on his way to 4 goals and 3 assists this season. Certainly looking to add to that return. So now Mainz looking to press and get onto the front foot, and it's Suat Serdar with the early foul now as he attempted to win the ball back from Ibisevic. Ibisevic putting in a lot of work here, earning a few fouls, and Serdar earns himself a warning in that midfield spot. It was a loose touch, and he dove in to try to recover it. No chance of getting that one. He hacks Ibisevic down and earns himself a warning. Not going into the book this early, just 2 minutes into the game, but that loose touch in midfield led to a little bit of a rash challenge. This time it's another foul. Robin Quaison for Mainz, fouling Stark. Nicholas Stark starting at center back for Hertha alongside Jordan Torren-Mariga. Torren-Mariga is a Hertha Berlin product. Has found himself amongst the first team after coming through the ranks of the youth side. Hertha 2. In coming through those ranks, he found a spot vacated following the big move of American defender John Anthony Brooks. John Brooks moved to Wolfsburg for big money. Found himself hurt, unfortunately. Long ball forward by Jahrstein into midfield. Mainz initially win it, but Hertha getting just enough control to bounce it around midfield, but it might just fall for Latza here. Latza's now barged into. It's been a cagey start to the game, and it was Per Shellbred who just unfairly tried to win the ball above Danny Latza. Danny Latza went to head the ball, and looked like Shellbred made more contact with Latza's head than the ball. Mainz now with a chance to deliver a free kick in from about 40 yards out from goal. I don't think Latza has the stones to strike this. He'll float it in towards the back post, headed by Quezon, but couldn't make the needed contact, and it was actually Leon Balogun, the center back, who was drifting in at the far post. Did well to get in behind the defense, but couldn't make the contact on the ball. Leon Balogun doing well to create some space for himself there. The former Darmstadt man and Nigerian international playing at center back for Mainz today. Long ball forward from Jahrstein, headed back into midfield by Gibamin of Mainz again, and Mainz just trying to retain possession but unable to do so under the pressure from Vladimir Darida. Hertha maybe just able to put something together, but no, Balogun presses them out of possession, and Mainz straight back the other way. Neither team able to put any type of passing sequence together. They've been harried all over the house here. 5 minutes gone, still 0-0, and I think both coaches probably looking on a bit dismayed because there's been no control to the game from either side. It's very disjointed, cagey. Neither team have shown their quality as of yet. But Nicholas Stark is on the ball now for Hertha, and it looks long forward. Valentino Lazaro unable to bring the ball down. Lazaro, Austrian right winger, having joined from Red Bull Salzburg, the flagship Red Bull team. This ball's drifted in towards Darida. Darida laid it off to Ibisevic, but there's just a little bit of a miscommunication between the two players, and Mainz able to collect the ball and head back the other way. Ball floated into Darida this time. Darida drifts past a couple Mainz players, drops it off, but off of his own player, Solomon Kalou, and out for a Mainz throw. Mainz working really hard in these early stages of the game, attempting to keep Hertha from establishing any type of dominance, and they've done well as of about the 7th minute. We'll see if they can keep Hertha's quality at bay for any longer as Hertha win the ball back quickly through Shellbred, and Kalou and Plattenhart tried to link up down that left wing, but Mainz able to put it into touch. Ball goes back into Lustenberger. Lustenberger, the long-time Hertha Berlin man. It's his 10th year at Hertha Berlin, having joined in 07-08 from FC Luzern in Switzerland, and obviously quite a long career especially for a foreign player, but in these modern days it's easy to take a 10-year career for granted, but you don't often see it these days as Shellbred now sprays a pass out wide, looking for Plattenhart, finds him. Berlin just looking for ways around the stifling press of Mainz, as now they may have a way in behind as the flick on looks for Darida running in, but Zentner able to clear. He only finds Lustenberger in midfield. Hertha able to settle down possession and head back the other way. To be fair to Mainz, most of Hertha's possession has occurred in their own half. Lots of passes between the center backs. Lots of passes in defense and in harmless positions. I want to keep it that way throughout the game, as Now Kalou threatening to run in behind. He's run onto a mistake here, and his cross is deflected in behind, and it will be a corner for Hertha. Salomon Kalou, a longtime Chelsea man. He's been the danger man for Hertha for a long time, and it was Balogun. He just switched off. Balogun a little lackadaisical to the ball there and nearly let Kalou in behind, but his cross blocked well. Now Hertha have a corner, though. This will be the first real dangerous situation for Mainz to deal with. Ball floated towards the far post. Plattenhardt heads it down. It's come out to strike, and it's deflected behind. That was traveling from Pekarik at the right back spot, but Stefan Bell committed his body and made the block right off of the midriff of Stefan Bell, and he certainly felt that one. It is behind for another Hertha corner, and it'll be Valentino Lazaro across to take this one. This one driven towards the penalty spot, flicked on, and it looks like it's come off a Mainz player, and behind it was Ibisevic who went for the spectacular. And Lazaro will look to take it again. Berlin putting on the pressure here as they forced 3 corners in quick succession. Ibisevic certainly the target. It's floated towards Kalou. Mainz able to clear. Serdar unable to bring it down, though, and Berlin looking to keep Mainz pinned back. Long diagonal looking for Lazaro. Lazaro unable to bring it down. But it is held in. Alexander Hack able to hack it clear. And then Derrida maintains possession for Berlin once again. Berlin stifling any type of Mainz escape at this point. So they're down the left now. Bit of contact here. Plattenhardt drives in across. Kalou can't bring it down, and it is hacked clear again by Mainz. Nothing definitive, though. Mainz looking under the cosh here. They need to create something to break out, but it's a foul now. I believe it was Gibamin in midfield who brought down Lustenberger, and Lustenberger just feeling the effects of that one a little bit, but it's another free kick for Hertha Berlin to deliver. Plattenhardt standing over this, the German left back. Looks like he'll deliver a cross towards the far post. It's headed up in the air, and Zentner will be able to jump and claim this. There's a Hertha player on the deck. It's unclear if they're going to stop play, and Zentner's actually going to throw it into touch, and it's Ibisevic on the ground for Hertha. So we look, this ball was floated in, and as Ibisevic went up for the header, he just made contact with the head of Stefan Bell. Just hit his nose, and certainly a sore one for the experienced Bosnian striker, but ultimately I think he'll be okay. That'll be a change Hertha certainly won't want to make in these early stages. Their captain and their main danger man up front is not someone you want to lose 13 minutes into the game, but there wasn't any malice, obviously. He went up for the header and was just backed into by Stefan Bell. Bosnian down, just clutching his nose, but there's nothing that the defender could have done to avoid that. His nose is bleeding, though, and he'll have to be taken off to get the bleeding to stop. There are a few attacking options on the bench for Hertha today, not the least of which Davy Selke, Matthew Leckie, and Alexander Esvine, but all of them are more or less attacking midfielders rather than pure out-and-out strikers. Perhaps Selke the most experienced at striking, but it seems Ibisevic will be okay to continue once they get the bleeding to stop. Long ball forward. This may turn out well for Berggreen. And Berggreen able to get in behind, but unable to finish. The Danish striker and former Braunschweig man ran in behind the defense, took it off his knee, and as he struck it, good save from Une Jahrstein, and just able to see it over the bar. At the point Ibisevic was walking off the pitch, and he's actually going back to the clubhouse, to the locker room for treatment. The subsequent corner nearly met at the far post by Balogun. Seen out for a Mainz throw, and after some Hertha possession, a couple of quick scares at the back for Hertha, and now Donati will restart play with a throw in for Mainz. Ball comes back for Donati. He's able to get past his man. He's got Berggreen at the near post. Can Berggreen bring it down? And I guess the ball did go out for a goal kick. Donati looked to have held it in, the Italian right back. But it is out, and Jahrstein will be able to start with a goal kick. Berggreen with the best chance of the match so far. What a save from Jahrstein. It's actually off the side of his head. Didn't look like he knew much about it, but nevertheless, he makes the save, and this makes the change official, and it is Davy Selke on for Vidad Ibisevic. Well, the Hertha captain will be gutted to have gone off for an accidental injury like that so early in the game. 15 minutes gone, and Davy Selke on. That is a blow to Hertha's chances here, and just as Mainz are growing into the game and a chance to start an attack down the left, it was actually Gibamin who couldn't find his partner Holtmann down that left-hand flank. And now some pressing from Selke could put Mainz under pressure here as Dorita's running into midfield, and he felt he was hauled down. He's appealing to the referee, but nothing given. And Mainz are able to go back the other way. Zentner launching the attack. Playing out from the back here. The left midfielder Holtmann playing it forward, finds Berggreen, who slides it back through for Holtmann. Holtmann's got options in the middle, but his cross is ultimately tame, and Quezon unable to get on to the end of it before Jahrstein collects, and he restarts play quickly back the other way through Plattenhardt. Both teams just growing into the game here. Mainz winning the ball back high up the pitch. Berggreen unable to get on the end of that pass, though, and then another loose touch from Serdar in midfield, and another foul. Maybe lucky to avoid a yellow here. He's had quite a few fouls in midfield so far, even this early in the game. You'd think the referee might be looking at his book, but Serdar's touch just letting him down again, and he just trods on the foot of Shelbred there. Not a good challenge, very late, and the German midfielder perhaps a bit lucky to escape any real punishment. However, Hertha may have to escape punishment here. Mainz unable to exploit their win of the ball high up the field, but they've been able to retain possession. Was Hack unable to get past Lazaro there, opts to play it back to his goalkeeper, and Zentner blasts it forward, looking for Berggreen. Quezon able to get on the end of it. Quezon turning, surveying the field. He's got runners ahead of him. Opts to go alone. Chooses to send it back to Latza, who switches the point of attack. Donati floats across in. It falls for Serdar. Serdar unable to get a strike off, and he felt he was fouled there in the penalty area. And ultimately a handball in midfield by Hertha Berlin and it was Selke who reached his arm out to try to control the ball, and now Mainz have another set piece. Frantic stuff here at the Olympiastadion, and in case you're just joining us, 19 minutes gone, and the captain of Berlin has already gone off, replaced by Davy Selke. Vida Ibisevic, their striker, has gone off, and now Mainz have a free kick. Danny Latza floats it to the far post. It's headed back across goal and booted clear just in the nick of time. Jordan Torren Mariga was in the right place at the right time to avert disaster for Berlin here in the opening 20 minutes. Well, that was a very, very good chance for Mainz to take the lead, but unfortunately for the Notfünf, they were unable to capitalize. Ultimately, no one took responsibility to strike the ball, passing it across the goal mouth twice. Let's see here. Alexander Hack going in on Valentino Lazaro. Lazaro, the right winger for Berlin. Good ball and a good flick by Selke, but ultimately Hack able to get it back to Zentner. And Mainz just calming things down a bit. Keeper maintaining possession and looking to launch another attack forward for Mainz. There have been some interesting chances in the opening 20 minutes. Both Berggreen and Quezon up front have threatened Hertha. Now, interesting play at the back as Stefan Bell was looking for help. Eventually got it from Hack, and Zentner able to bring the ball under control. Mainz, so far, solid defensively, but just making some odd mistakes in midfield. And at the back, they've been a bit sloppy. And now Hertha trying to take advantage of the sloppiness. Lazaro trying to get around Bell, nearly does, but it is out for a goal kick. Bell doing just enough to shield off the Austrian Lazaro. Both teams only showing glimpses so far of their quality. Berlin on paper, the stronger team, but Mainz holding their own and fashioning the best chance of the match so far as this ball's floated forward. Latza looking for the run of Quezon in behind. It's a mistake at the back by Torren Mariga, and Quezon saved by the keeper as Jarstein collides with the post, sacrificing his body. Latza did well, floated the ball in behind. It was Torren Mariga who made a hash of the clearance, and the floated header gave Jarstein a bit of a problem. It was a comfortable save in the end, but he definitely caught the full width of the post with his body, and it is a corner to Mainz. Latza drills this towards the penalty spot. Hertha able to clear. Not able to clear the second ball. It's hacked back in. Balogun heading back across goal, but again, hacked clear, and now Kalou can run onto the clearance. He's got space ahead of him, Solomon Kalou. Kalou tracked now by a couple of Mainz players and run off the ball fairly. It was Serdar who came away with it, but Hertha able to get possession back after a loose touch. It was Berggreen who was unable to bring things under control. Now Pekarik can go back the other way, the Slovak right back. Dorita trying to wriggle away from the attention of Mainz defenders. Unable to do so in a rough challenge by Shellbread. Allows Mainz to clear. The ball is held in by Pekarik and then flicked around the corner by Shellbread into the waiting arms of Robin Zentner. And both teams just looking a little disjointed. It's almost like they're playing with hangovers. Both teams prone to easy errors and mistakes. It's now Holtmann able to get down the left for Mainz, but ultimately Hertha again doing enough to cause a mistake and earn themselves back possession. Hertha in possession through Pekarik. He's looking long for the run of Selke, the substitute brought on in the absence of Ibisevic, but well done by Alexander Hack to get things clear and earn Mainz a throw. Foul now by Selke. The barged Hack down. Selke nonplussed. Not impressed with the referee. Just as Hack went to clear, he was barged over by the big Berlin attacker. Now a bit of head tennis in midfield, and it's eventually Lustenberger who's able to head back to his keeper Jarstein, and Berlin just unable to put anything of any real quality together so far. They've had a couple of moments where they look capable of putting together an attack, but so far it's been Mainz who have fashioned the best chance and have displayed that little bit more quality, but again, they were unable to capitalize on that, and now Mainz just looking to start a counter the other way. Ball flicked over the top, looking for Selke actually now, but Zentner able to catch. Robin Zentner, the German keeper, letting his teammates get forward and looking for the best option. Opts to play it out from the back through Bell. Bell with a long pass into midfield that's intercepted by Lazaro. Lazaro able to get past a couple players, and now he's got a little bit of space ahead of him. Valentino Lazaro with the ball into Selke, which is headed over the bar. Great delivery from the Austrian on the right. Looked to be exactly the right ball, and Selke went to meet it and just got underneath it. Zentner may have had it covered either way, but that's Hertha's best chance of the game so far, as Danny Latza now climbing up for Mainz. Looked like he had been hurt in the build-up to that chance, but he's back on his feet and he's ready to continue. Long ball forward by Zentner. Bergreen attempts to bring it down. Holtmann looking for the run of Quezon. It's cut out by Torren Mariga, who with some fancy footwork gets past one but can't get past Quezon. Now Berlin getting forward through Plattenhart, but Serdar cuts it out. Quezon back on the ball. Mainz headed back the other way. Holtmann getting forward. Gets around the corner, flicks it in towards the near post, and it's saved in the end by Jarstein. It should probably be a Mainz corner. We'll see what the decision is. Holtmann put a cross in towards the near post, towards Bergreen. It was deflected just enough by Pekarik to put everybody off, and it looked like it went behind for a corner. It is a corner, and Mainz with another chance here. Their small contingent of traveling fans looking on from the corner that Latza will look to deliver this ball in. Denny Latza towards the penalty spot. It's flicked on, and it's just wide of the near post. It was Stefan Bell in attack. Good delivery by Latza, and it was met by Bell, and as it floated towards that far post, it was just over the bar. Another good chance for Mainz, and it's one of those situations where you feel the team that is struggling in the league needs to take their chance soon and draw Hertha out. Hertha comfortable for the most part so far. Hertha back in possession, but again in areas where it's not dangerous to Mainz in the least. But this might be dangerous as that ball's flicked on towards Lazaro. Lazaro cuts it back for Derrida. Lazaro back on the right wing and back on the ball. Now Mainz winning back possession ferociously and giving a ball for Bergerine to chase, with Torren Mariga just seeing it out and into the path of Plattenhardt. Plattenhardt now Shellbread blasts it wide for Pekarik. Pekarik turning but opting to put the ball back into defense. Torren Mariga seeking out Kalu, but Kalu with a loose touch, and it is into touch. That will be a throw to Mainz. Hertha will definitely be frustrated with this opening half an hour, I think. No Hertha fan will look on and see a European contender in the team out there now, but plenty of time to turn it around. Is Kalu able to head it into the path of Lustenberger, who finds Plattenhardt down the left. Now Torren Mariga plays a cross-field ball. Finds Pekarik. Pekarik searching for Lazaro down the right. It's out for a throw. Pekarik throws it into the feet of Derrida, who drifted out wide to the right. Hertha forced back again, though, by Mainz. Putting just enough pressure on as they enter the midfield. There's like cross midfield that just forcing them into little mistakes here and there. Now Pekarik looking to get the ball to the feet of Selke, and now there is a foul given. Leon Balogun came through the back of Davy Selke, and it will be a foul, and it will be a free kick just about 25 yards from goal. This is a dangerous situation for Mainz to deal with. Plattenhardt to strike. Strikes the wall. Kalu heads it back into the area. Stark unable to get on the end of it, though. Pekarik holds it in. And Shellbread finds Kalu down the left. Kalu running at Balogun. He skips past him, but the cross is deflected, and it's out for another Hertha corner. Well, Plattenhardt went for goal from the free kick, and Instead found the wall. Plattenhardt to deliver the corner. Floated in towards Kalou, headed down, but in the direction of no one, and it's out for another goal kick to Zentner. Still 0-0. Berlin and Mainz clashing here in the German capital. It's been cagey, to say the least, so far. Neither team able to assert their quality over the other. Certainly there's a lot more to come from both of these teams, and there have been chances at both ends. That ball's laid off by Berggreen to the feet of Danny Latza. Holtman unable to get past Lazaro. Lazaro doing his defensive duties, and Pekarik helping out. Hertha headed back the other way through a throw. Pekarik able to squeeze the ball through. Derrida getting down the right wing. He tries to find a pass to Selke, but it's put out by Alexander Hack. Good defending again by the German. Mainz doing just enough, as we said. But now Pekarik with a nice 1-2. Pekarik with an outside of the boot pass. He finds Plattenhardt. Plattenhardt tries to strike it, but it was closed down by Serdar. Serdar running into midfield, but it's flicked on by Shellbread. Gibamine able to get onto it, though, now for Mainz, and Mainz in possession. Gibamine back in possession. Tries to squeeze the ball through the midfield. Can't find the feet of Serdar. A loose touch, though, by Berlin. It does give Lazaro a chance. Lazaro trying to feed in Kalou, but well tracked in the end by Balogun and Donati. Hertha retaining possession. Kalou back out to the left. Pekarik has actually gotten out there, and now it's put in towards the center. Hacked away by Mainz. Back out to Pekarik. Hertha pressing for the goal here. They need to find the right combination. Pekarik trying to put in a cross, blocked out in the end by Danny Latza. Hertha retaining possession. Lustenberger. Now the ball finds its way all the way back to Torren Mariga. 62% possession for Berlin, but you can tell the story here from shots on target. Mainz with 3 despite less than 40% of the possession, and Berlin having yet to fashion a chance on target as this ball goes towards the penalty spot for Berlin. Cleared, and then finally cleared by Donati for Mainz, only as far as Torren Mariga. Derrida getting forward for Berlin. Vladimir Derrida, the Czech and former Freiburg man. He's done well on the ball today, but again, not finding the amount of space that he perhaps needs to create something truly dangerous. So now Mainz trying to break out through Quezon, cannot. Berlin putting on the pressure here at the end of the half. Still nothing of substance, though, in terms of chances. It's a lot of effort and not a lot of purchase that they're getting. But we'll see if Berlin can make something happen here towards the end of the half. Torren Mariga going far out wide right, looking for Pekarik, and it's out for a Mainz throw. Poor ball from the young German center back. But Berlin may find a chance off a loose touch. It's Derrida. He slid it through. It's Lazaro. Lazaro with the chance, and he's blocked off by Stefan Bell. Well, that was great last-ditch defending in the end from Mainz. Lazaro was in, but he couldn't get to the ball quick enough to strike it. As he went to strike it, it was actually Balogun who had come all the way across the field. Lazaro frustrated that he was denied that opportunity. And now Hertha's throw has gone Mainz's way. Latza unable to bring it down. Lots of pressure still from Berlin. Derrida finds Plattenhart. Plattenhart sizing up a strike from about 35 yards. Doesn't go for it. Kalou bullied off the ball there by Serdar. Now Shelbred's run himself into a bit of trouble and passed it back to his keeper. And Jarstein able to boot it forward, but only finds a Mainz head in midfield. It's Gibamine, and it's out wide for Holtmann. Holtmann closed down in the end by Pekarik. Holtmann looks to take the throw. Throws it in. It does find Quezon. Quezon lays it back off to Holtmann. Holtmann towards the penalty spot. Headed away by Berlin. Held in, though, by Mainz. Quezon skips past the player. Great skills. Quezon to strike. It is in! Robin Quezon opens the scoring for Mainz, and what a goal! Robin Quezon with only his third goal of the season, and what a goal. He skipped past the player and then shot it back across his body towards the near post. Great control, great finish, just to get it past the outstretched arm of Jarstein. Fantastic from the young Swede. Jarstein just got a fingertip to it, but it wasn't nearly enough to stop the power on the shot from Quezon. And Mainz lead in the German capital. 40 minutes gone. What a goal, and what a big goal that could prove to be for Mainz. Sandro Schwarz looking on in delight, but he is still urging his players on. He knows that 1-0 will only spur the team from the capital on towards more goals, and they may be here through Selke. Selke brings it down. Selke to strike. Oh, but his shot's tame in the end, and it was nearly an automatic response from Hertha right after the goal from Mainz. Did well to bring it down. Did well to bring it onto his stronger right foot, but shot was lacking quality in the end, and Mainz let off the hook there. They nearly conceded straight from the kickoff. Now another ball searching forward for Quezon, and Holtmann trying to get around his markers, but Pekarik able to see it out for a Hertha throw. Hertha now will be spurred on to search for more goals. They've been a little bit gun shy here in the opening stages, and they'll have to improve. If Mainz get another, it could be trouble for the club from the capital, as now Donati's fouled on the right wing by Kalou. Take another look at this goal from Quezon. It's all about the placement, but the footwork on the edge of the area and the placement of the shot, absolutely fantastic. Former Palermo man rewarding his manager's faith in him. The free kick's lofted towards Hertha's penalty area, but cleared by Hertha. Lazaro looking to counter. Well seen out in the end by Holtmann. Good defending by the German left winger. Now another foul, this time by Shelbred in midfield, and Mainz able to take this free kick and just slow things down a bit again. Ball goes up towards Bergreen. who wins the header but doesn't win possession. It is held into the Mainz half, though. And then a foul called on Danny Latza in midfield while contending for a header with Davy Selke. Berlin headed back the other way. And now only a couple of minutes of regular time to be played in the half here. There will be a bit of stoppage time most likely here, as Ibisevic's injury to his face was a stoppage of a couple minutes, and now foul given. Derrida on Latza, and Mainz have a free kick. No rush. From Mainz here. Long ball searching for Quezon again. Berggreen unable to run onto it, and Torren Mariga will bring it under control. His pass just fooled Plattenhardt a little bit there. Serdar nearly capitalized, but Plattenhardt recovers. Berlin just making mistakes in the small situations here. Not asserting their quality. It will be 2 added minutes. That's about right, I would say, for the one major stoppage, which was the injury to Vidad Ibisevic early on, which led to the introduction of Davy Selke. Mainz here enjoying being ahead as Berggreen able to bring that throw under control and play it off of Pekarik out for a throw. Mainz now deep in Berlin territory, and this would basically be a dream if they could snag another goal before halftime. Berggreen able to control the throw again, tracked by a couple players, lays it off to Holtmann. Holtmann with the cross towards Quezon, headed away by Berlin, and now a clash of heads in midfield. It looked like Derrida was involved. And it's Gibamine who's come off worse for wear. Second headed injury of the game. And it, again, accidental, trying to head the ball. Gibamine makes full contact with Derrida. Was head to head and not pretty. Derrida looks okay. Gibamine just struggling a bit. Certainly hope if he is actually injured or concussed in any way that they'll take the proper protocols and protect the player's safety. Fair play to Hertha. They play it all the way back to Mainz's keeper. Zentner will boot it forward. Berggreen chests it down. Quezon will have a chance to test Torren Mariga here, but his goalkeeper helps him out. Jarstein catches and throws out wide for Plattenhardt. Plattenhardt lofts the ball forward for Kalou. Headed out into touch by Balogun. And that is halftime. Well, the referee's blown the halftime whistle, and it is 1-0. Mainz leading in the German capital following the opener from Robin Quezon, and what an opener it was. We have a potential upset on our hands. Hertha will have to be better in the second half if they want to overturn this result as it stands. This could be a big 3 points from Mainz if they're able to hold on. They persevered in that first half, and they fashioned just enough chances to be dangerous. Be interesting to see Berlin's response in the second half. They have to show mental strength here. They have to show more quality. Can they provide that and climb back into contention for a place in Europe? We will see in the second half. I hope you'll join me, and I will be back with all the second half action in just a few minutes. Hope you'll stick around. Cheers. Alright, welcome back everybody. The two teams are out for the second half. We're ready to get things back underway. Mainz leading Berlin in the German capital. Robin Quaison, the goal scorer for Mainz. What a goal it was. Showed such skill to bring it down and finish past a sprawling Rune Jahrstein. Mainz are the ones who get us back underway in the second half. Hertha will be desperate to turn this result around. Got 45 minutes to prove they're capable of it. It's Quaison who committed the foul this time in midfield. It was Vladimir Darida who was on the receiving, or excuse me, it was Fabian Lustenberger who was on the receiving end of it. Berlin trying to maintain control, and now Gibamine commits a foul in midfield for Mainz, and Berlin will look to deliver this free kick. Lazaro standing over it. Not sure what plans he has, what designs he has. Lazaro to the edge of the area. Kalou actually met it, but it's well wide of Zentner's goal. It was Darida in the center claiming an elbow, but nothing doing. Zentner able to restart with a goal kick and probably see most of this half occupied with Mainz attempting to run the clock down. There'll be an absolutely no rush to get on with things here. Berlin back in possession though. Kalou now brings it under control, finds Darida. Interesting fact, Darida is a anagram for Dardai, his manager, and Dardai, his teammate, who was on the bench today. Palko Dardai, son of his manager. Not often you see that. Marvin Plattenhart with the throw for Berlin. Meets a Mainz head and a Hertha head, and then is eventually booted well clear. Now Kalou for Hertha. Nearly finds Plattenhart. It's put out for a throw. Donati puts it into touch, and Berlin, actually a free kick given. Hadn't seen this. I don't think it was given for that. Given for a kick out at Kalou. Plattenhart standing over it out on the left wing and able to deliver this ball in. It's a dangerous ball in. It's collected by Hertha, finds Plattenhart again. But he only finds Gibamine, and Gibamine striding into midfield running away from Dorita. He's got options on the counter. Lays it off. It was Serdar. Serdar's pass back into Gibameen's feet was a bit overcooked. Mainz having to opt to slow things down. They looked like they had an opportunity there on the counter through Gibameen. And now it's Plattenhardt who fouls Gibameen, the Ivorian midfielder. Mainz now with an opportunity. Gibameen having some words with Serdar, and Serdar perhaps not having his best game for Mainz out there in central midfield. But Danny Latza looked to put a dangerous ball into the box here from this set piece. Drills it towards the edge of the area. No Mainz player there to collect it, but it's held in, and it may just fall for Quezon. Quezon breaks it down. Quezon with another chance to strike, but it's well wide and high. And let off there for Hertha as Quezon looked to double his goal tally. Ended up shanking it in the end. Quezon well onside when it was played back in. Didn't able to touch it down, but then didn't make the right contact on the ball as he tried to take that shot on the volley. Mainz able to maintain possession though. Latza brought down, but referee says it was fair. Lazaro into the feet of Selke. It falls for Shellbread, but Gibameen goes for goal from midfield. It was never challenging Jahrstein. Tried the old Xabi Alonso, but Jahrstein saw the danger and caught comfortably. Hertha with their first sustained possession of the half right now. Able to pass it between midfield and defense, and now they're trying to switch the point of attack. They find Pekarik out wide, and now the pass sprayed across by Lustenberger to Plattenhardt. Plattenhardt forward, looking for Kalu. Kalu takes it past one, puts it towards the center circle, and now it's put out for a Hertha corner. Kalu starting to get a bit frustrated, hasn't been able to fashion the chances that perhaps he would have liked. But Mainz will have to defend from this corner. Plattenhardt over it again. Can he find the right ball to create something for Hertha? Driven to the near post, flicked on, blocked out though by Mainz. Put out into touch near midfield. Clearance in the end came from Bergreen. And Berlin opting to go back to their keeper. They're going to try to remain patient. Haven't forced anything so far as Jahrstein now boots it forward. Selke flicks it on. Lazaro brings it under control. Tries to get it to Kalu, but it's simple for Bell to deal with. Only gets it out as far as Lustenberger, though. Berlin's still in possession. Berlin with more possession in their own half. Still lots of passes between their defenders. Torn Mariga playing it across to Stark now. Now a long ball lofted forward by Pekarik. Looking for Selke. Couldn't find the big striker. But Plattenhardt now getting forward for Hertha. Lays it off to Kalu. Kalou trying to beat a couple players on the dribble. And Kalou's able to retain possession under the pressure from Gibamine. Advantage played Hertha's way. Plattenhart shielding off the attentions of Giulio Donati as Mainz put it in to touch for another Hertha throw. Hertha just struggling a lot, but not actually finding any advantage in it as Donati now brought down. Berlin will make its second change of the game, and it'll be Mitchell Weiser on here for Shellbread. Per Shellbread brought off in the 55th minute. Mitchell Weiser taking his place. Mainz, though, have a free kick after the foul on Donati, and Zentner and Donati get things started back up. It's Derrida who committed the foul and then inadvertently stepped on Donati's foot. I think Donati wanted something more given for that offense, but Mainz headed back the other way. Quezon able to lay it off to Holtmann. Ball's come back into midfield for Gibamine, out wide for Donati. Donati with a chance to run forward into space. He's got plenty on the right wing. Delivers a good ball in towards the center, but Jahrstein equal to it. Catches and collects and looks for his options out wide. Long ball back across. Derrida. To the feet of Lustenberger. Across to Pekarik. They're just probing Mainz at this point. Plattenhart into Kalou. They're trying to exploit this left wing, and they've gotten past Donati, but they can't get past Serdar, and Serdar is able to come away with the ball. Mainz with options. They find Donati down the right wing. Berggren unable to hold on to possession. Berlin headed back the other way. Plattenhart. Hertha just struggling to break through this staunch Mainz defense. They have not really fashioned a good chance as of yet, but that could all change. Selke tried to find his teammate in the middle. Serdar did the cleaning up for Mainz. Is able to come away with it. Finds Holtmann steaming down the left wing. Holtmann past Pekarik. Holtmann into the feet of Quezon. Quezon trying to squeeze it through, but can't. It comes to strike, and Jahrstein's made the save. And it came all the way out to Danny Latza to strike. Danny Latza scored some screamers in his day. It would have taken a lot to beat Jahrstein. That may have actually been going wide, but Jahrstein couldn't be sure. Had to make the save. It's behind for a Mainz corner, and it's been that quickly that Mainz have been able to turn a moment of danger into a moment of attack, and we'll see what Danny Latza can come up with from this corner. Latza whips it into the near post towards Quezon. Doesn't fall for him. Gibamine lays it off. The strike came in from Hack, but it was blocked away. Hack tracking back and doing his defensive duties. Stefan Bell looking forward towards Quezon, and Quezon fouls the Hertha defender there. I believe it would have been Nicholas Stark. So we approach the hour mark. Still 1-0 Mainz. Quezon's goal the difference right before halftime. Hertha still have not fashioned a chance of any real quality as of yet, as Plattenhardt has to retreat to retrieve that ball across. Hertha toiled and toiled, but just don't look like creating anything of danger. It looks like they could play about 1,000 hours and not score. But can they change that perception? It only takes a moment as that ball's flicked through. Lazaro running onto it, crossing for Selke. Just seen out in the end, and Selke sliding into Zentner. He's come off second best, Zentner. Looks like his knee was the subject of the challenge, and Selke's studs made direct contact with the keeper's knee as he stretched to try to finish that ball. Broken out the ice for Zentner. It will be a corner when the dust settles. It will be a corner to Hertha Berlin. I think Zentner will be okay to continue. It'll just be a matter of how soon is his replacement, Florian Muller, was readying himself, but Lazaro will take the corner. It's headed away. Plattenhardt goes to collect the clearance. Keeps it in the Mainz half. And Pekarik out wide for Derrida. Derrida towards the far post, but a leap from Zentner earns him the ball, and again, Hertha just unable to force any danger out of any situation at this point. Latza getting forward for Mainz. Quezon challenging for the ball with Torren Mariga. Torren Mariga doing just enough there as Hertha now getting forward through Kalu. And that'll be the first booking of the game. It was a late challenge from Balogun. He goes over to Kalu to offer his sympathies. We flew in. He tried to pull out of the challenge in his defense, but easy decision for the referee to hand Balogun his second yellow card of the campaign. Hertha opting to take the free kick short. Derrida all over the place right now. He actually received that ball in a left back position. Returned it to his keeper, who launches it forward. Selke heads it down. But again, Mainz able to gain possession, and now Quezon on the ball. Quezon just holding things up. He's looking for his partner, Bergerine. Ball's just played out by Stark into touch, and will be a Mainz throw in an attacking area. 63 minutes gone. And for whatever reason, despite the quality in Berlin's side, it is Mainz who are the ones who look far more dangerous every time they go forward, which is less frequent but more incisive. Mainz earn themselves another throw. Donati. Unable to find his target from the throw. Oh, nice little clever flick. Found Lazaro in midfield, and it was actually Lustenberger or Mitchell Weiser who was looking to run onto it, but now Quezon's onto it for a second, and Quezon's put it past Jahrstein, and it is 2-0 Mainz, and straight out of nothing, Robin Quezon has a brace.
It's his 5th goal of the season, and what an important one for Mainz it is. 2-0 in the German capital. Just across the hour mark, and you can see it was Gibamine with the pass, and what a run. And then just slides the finish past Jahrstein, who always backed him to score once he was in that position, and he just unsided the keeper. People will be asking questions of Jahrstein. Maybe he should have saved it. But when he was one-on-one, Stark was totally out of the equation, couldn't bring him down. And Mainz with the 2-0 lead in Berlin. This could be such an important result. Berlin really up against it now. What a ball from Gibamine out of midfield. To create that situation. To spot the run. You can see Berlin still failing to fashion a shot on target 65 minutes into the game, and at home that's just unacceptable. I'm sure their fans will be disappointed with their performance so far, but Robin Quaison now on a hat trick seeking that third goal. He came into the game with 2 goals. He's got 4 now. Could this be the impetus to a strong second half from the Swede? Nearly fashioned himself a chance there, but Mainz do hold it in. It's Holtmann. Holtmann looking for Quaison, but Berlin able to clear just. Gibamine chasing the ball. Mainz looking the far more confident side following that second goal, but Berlin still in with a chance. There is still about 25 minutes of regular time to be played. Latza with the interception, though, for Mainz. Now Gibamine with some more good control in midfield. He's had a great game, but really a great second half. He's been very calm and controlled in midfield. So now it looks like another substitution will be made. And somewhat disappointingly, Robin Quaison brought off as it's Yoshinori Muto to come on for Mainz. Well, you have to feel for Quaison. In this case, he's been dragged off with 2 goals. And 2 quality goals at that. Yoshinori Muto on for Robin Quaison, the goal scorer, and Mainz's main danger man denied his hat trick in the German capital. I'm upset, I'll be honest. Muto is a fantastic player. He's done well, but Quaison to be pulled off on a brace, on a hat trick potentially. That's heartbreaking. But Robin Quaison has doubled his goal tally for the year in 1 game. Came into the game with 2 goals, leaves with 2 more. What a performance. Took his 2 main opportunities. Really can't ask any more of a striker. But Yoshinori Muto on, and he is more of a pure striker compared to Quaison. He'll partner with Berggreen. And Berggreen earns Mainz a throw. Like I said, Hertha just not threatening in any way, shape, or form. Donati restarts with the throw. Hertha puts it back into touch through Plattenhardt. And you look at Hertha and they look like they're just waiting for the final whistle. Bergreen skips past his marker. Plattenhardt puts it across. Muto straight into the action, but it is cleared by Hertha. Lazaro brought down. He's clutching his arm. Looks okay, though. It is a free kick. Hertha restart things. Torren Marigo with a long ball looking for the run of Kalou. It's cleared by Balogun. Eventually. And then Derrida bowls over Bergreen, and Mainz earn themselves a free kick. Mainz are asking for the yellow card to come out against Derrida. Oh, it was actually put out for a throw. Thought it was a free kick. In the end, Mainz settle for the throw. Bergreen hauled down, and this time the free kick is given against Plattenhardt. Donati will take this free kick. Tried to move the ball forward. Has to take it back, but he does float it in. Bergreen can't get to it. Clearance is shanked by Berlin, but eventually works its way all the way back to Donati. A little bit of miscommunication in Mainz's back line, but no damage done, and Berlin eventually put the ball into touch. It was Lustenberger with a poor pass cross field that didn't find its intended target. Mainz have to feel confident about getting the result now. Bergreen unable to earn the free kick that he wanted. Berlin headed back the other way. Well, before Hertha Berlin can get an equalizer, they'll need to get there first, and in order to get there first, they'll need their first shot. And for now, they haven't looked like creating it, but Kalou has put it through for Lazaro. Lazaro goes down. Just lost his footing there towards the touchline. Donati and Lazaro exchanging high fives. It's behind for a goal kick. And there will be the final substitution made. Matthew Leckie on for Solomon Kalou. That's the final substitution for Hertha. So the Australian attacker on for Hertha. The final roll of the die for Paul Dardai and the team from the capital. Just a bit less than 15 minutes to go, and Muto may have created a chance here. Mainz can finish them off. Saved by Jahrstein. And in the end, it was just put wide. It was Holtmann who was in a fantastic position after a good pass from Muto. Holtmann had the chance, and he just shanked it off his shin. He had to do better from a position like that. That would have been game, set, and match. Instead, it remains 2-0. Holtmann fluffs his lines. Can Berlin capitalize on that missed opportunity? Mainz boot it long. Berggren unable to bring it down under pressure. Now it's back forward through Pekarik, and Hertha are running out of time to turn this around. Lecky into the action. Mainz had it clear. Muto tracks it. Muto unable to get past Lustenberger, but it is out for a Mainz throw. 15 minutes to go. Mainz looking more and more comfortable. They haven't really been threatened all day by the home squad. And in the end, Quaison's goal's the difference so far. Berlin back in possession. Ball comes forward, looking for Selke, but Visor unable to find him. Now Visor looking for the cross, and it came back off him, deflected by Holtmann, and it's behind for a goal kick. Mainz's traveling fans, the Curva Paradiso, they'll be in paradise all right with this 2-0 result as it stands. Muto flicks the ball on towards Berggren. Mainz able to keep possession. Serdar back to Hack. Hack looking for Muto. Unable to find him, but Berggren able to maintain possession, and the ball eventually comes out to Donati. Balogun under pressure there. Unable to find Serdar in a meaningful way. Hertha back in possession, but again in possession in their own half. They have to turn up the heat at some point, Hertha. They've got to try to force their way through. Mainz all too happy to watch everything in front of them, and there's been absolutely no pressure on Mainz's goal. You have to applaud Sandro Schwarz for his setup against Hertha. He's absolutely neutralized the club from the capital. Only has about 12 more minutes plus stoppage time to see out. Plattenhardt delivers a long throw into the box. Hit by Visor into the waiting arms of Zentner. Now play stopped for an injury in the box. Danny Latza down. The Mainz players appealing for something here. Looks like they thought a challenge came in to deliberately hurt Latza. Doesn't look like anything malicious happened during that period of play. Now everyone's okay. And Zentner's on the ball for Mainz. Zentner boots it long. Berggreen just backing into Torren Mariga. Actually, the foul given Mainz's way. Floated towards the far post, brought down. It's Berggreen looking for some space. Can't turn past his marker, and eventually Pekarik is actually able to earn a free kick off Berggreen. Jarstein takes it long. Headed up in midfield by Gibamine, but only finds Plattenhart. Ball forward by Berlin. Seen out mostly comfortably, and Balogun does the cleaning up. That was potentially a dangerous mistake there from Mainz, but it may turn into a positive. Ball slid through towards Muto. Muto trying to hold off his marker. Unable to get to the second ball. Now Muto down. They're headed back the other way, though. Hertha through Selke. Selke trying to go past multiple players. Gibamine tracking him. And then dragged down in the end. Foul given against Selke. Selke losing his mind on the linesman. Take another look. Selke does pull back. Gibamine there. Selke absolutely apoplectic. For what it's worth, I thought it was a foul. Mainz back in control. Gibamine lofts another long ball forward. Berggreen trying to run under it. Muto chasing the second ball. Mainz again holding the clearance. Holtmann charging down the left, skipping past a couple players, but Stark is able to get across and clear again. Mainz retain possession, however. Play restarts. It's become really cagey up to this point. Derrida just run off the ball here. Berggreen now has options ahead of him. He should have looked across for Muto, but he cut the other way. Berggreen trying to retain possession. Can't find Gibamine. And now Hertha in possession. Gibamine does really well. Oh, I thought he did really well to win the ball back. Foul given against Gibamine. Will be a Hertha free kick, and now Pablo de Blasis will be introduced for Mainz for Suat Serdar, number 32, replacing number 23. Suat Serdar, perhaps not having the best game of his Mainz career, but will most likely still be on the winning end of this decision given the amount of time and the lead. And now it's Weiser fouling Holtmann. Mainz earn another free kick and another opportunity to kill some time as Alexander Hack will take this. Boots it long. Chested down by Bergreen, but out for a Hertha throw. Well, as you can see, huge result from Mainz to drag them level with Werder Bremen in 15th if things remain as they stand. They'll need some help for that to stay the case, as Bremen are yet to play this weekend. But if Bremen are beat this weekend, they'll remain level, although behind on goal difference. And if they can kickstart a little bit of a run, then Werder will be looking over their shoulder. Ball forward, Muto able to control. Muto gets past Torn Mariga. Muto looking for his options. He's down the right. He tries to squeeze past two players, but ultimately can't. Hertha looking to go back the other way. Foul there. It was Danny Latza, and he knew exactly what he was doing. Latza just pulls back Lustenberger. Knew exactly what he was trying to accomplish with that tackle, Danny Latza. So now the ball's come into Selke. Lazaro. To Plattenhart. Plattenhart with a good piece of skill. Ball falls for Derrida to strike, but wide of the post. It was a clean hit and just wide of the post. It would have been a sweet, sweet volley, if only a consolation for Berlin. But it was wide, and you just don't see it happening for Berlin. Mainz have come here and done exactly what they needed to. Robin Quaison grabbing the goals for Mainz. Now Mainz back in possession. Bergreen holding off his marker, but the ball is out for a Hertha throw. We'll take a miracle now for Hertha, and none of these players are playing like they believe a miracle is possible. Mainz will make their last change. Be Anthony Uja introduced. It'll be Emil Bergreen, who comes off. Put in a hard-working, if fruitless, shift. But Anthony Uja on for Mainz. Here in the last few minutes. Long ball forward for Berlin. Headed down, held in by Derrida, and Derrida looked to be brought down, but nothing given by the referee, and then eventually Stefan Bell hacks clear, looking for Uja. Brought down in midfield by Derrida for Hertha. Now there's a Mainz player down off the ball, trying to see what exactly happened. It was Danny Latza. He was just caught there by Mitch Weiser. It's definitely a sore one. Nothing was given by the referee, and Latza was displeased, to say the least. Now Lazaro on the left for Hertha. Skips past a few players, but only to lay things off to Stark. Stark, the pass is flicked on and eventually cleared by Mainz. Latza trying to hold things up in the midfield for Mainz. Does so, but Gibamine can't get there. But he does get to the second. And now De Blasi's looking for Muto. Muto able to head it down. Holds it in. Gets past Torren Mariga, but doesn't get past Plattenhart. And now a foul given in midfield against Dorita. Going Mainz's way as we enter stoppage time. 4 minutes given. May seem like a lot for the events that have transpired, but 4 minutes. One minute of the 4 has actually already elapsed. And Mainz have a free kick. Gibamine and Donati standing over. Gibamine takes it short. And now a yellow card. Now a yellow card issued. I'm trying to figure out exactly for what. May have been for time wasting. As now Gibamine will strike it. Saved by Jahrstein comfortably. As now Mainz win the ball back in midfield. It's Gibamine again. A nice little step over. He slides it down the line for Muto. Muto brought down by Torren Mariga, and it'll be another free kick to Mainz. Torren Mariga struggling with Muto ever since he's come on. Donati to deliver the free kick. Jahrstein catches comfortably. Only about a minute left to be played of stoppage time. Can't imagine Mainz surrendering from this position. The ball's flicked on towards Selke, but cleared by Mainz. Played back to Plattenhart and Torren Mariga. Looks like this game is set to peter out here in the last couple of minutes. Hacked clear. Can Mainz add the icing to the cake? They've played it out wide. Donati runs out to it. Donati with Uja in front of him, but he opts to slow it down. The ball does eventually come to Uja. Uja slides it through, looking for De Blasi's. De Blasi's has options, plays it across. It's met by the head of someone. I couldn't see, but it's out behind. And this will more or less be it, ladies and gentlemen. Jahrstein restarts with a goal kick, takes it long, just waiting for the official's whistle at this point. Ball cleared by Mainz, and that will do it. Mainz with the victory in the German capital. What a win it was for 05 inspired victory by Mainz in Berlin. Mainz dealing a blow to Hertha's European hopes. But in the end, it is the red over the blue, and Robin Quaison played the hero for Mainz today, earning himself 2 goals. It was a surprise when he came off, having scored both goals, but a great performance in the end from Mainz. Hertha looked absolutely neutralized in all phases of the game, and Mainz able to capitalize on the couple of chances that they did have. Well done all around for Mainz. Hertha will be left asking what went wrong. Robin Quaison earning the plaudits of his teammates, but the defense for Mainz deserves plenty of credit for what they've done. Well done all around. And for those who tuned in, this has been Two Red Gringos Amateur Announcing. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you would, you can follow us on Twitter at Two Red Gringos. You're here on YouTube, so go ahead and subscribe to Two Red Gringos on YouTube. There's a bunch of stuff that we're planning on doing with YouTube that is still in the works, so make sure you follow us there, subscribe, like this video if you liked it, and I hope you guys enjoy amateur announcing. With that, I'm Phil Bakke, and I hope you've enjoyed this broadcast, and I hope to see you again soon. Cheers.